Alright everyone, welcome to my first video in what's going to be a series of videos designed to teach you Node.js from beginning to end. We're going to start with just introducing you to Node.js, what it is, how it works, and we're going to build our first Node.js server. And then from there we're going to move on to using a package with Node.js called Express. Express is going to make our server much easier to build and much more powerful. In the end, it gives us a lot more options. You'll see what it is when we get there. After we create that Express server, we're then going to introduce you to Mongodb, which is a non-relational database, and we're going to use that to integrate into our app to be able to use persistent storage with Node.js. Once we've introduced you to all three of those, at the very end, we're going to have a final project where we're going to make a real app that's going to be a mini blog where you can post little mini blog posts for yourself on your own web server, on your own website. So let's get started. All right, first things first, what is Node.js? If you're here, you probably heard it. You probably heard its popularity is growing and all that. Why do people love it? What is Node.js? Well, first, we're just going to go to nodejs.org, and this is their website, and here they have a definition for us. Node.js is a JavaScript runtime built on Chrome's V8 JavaScript engine. Node.js uses an event-driven, non-blocking I/O model that makes it lightweight and efficient. Node.js package ecosystem (NPM) is the largest ecosystem of open-source libraries in the world. Wow, lots of words. What does that mean? They don't do a great job explaining other than that right there. So we're going to walk through this. What does this mean? So Node.js is event-driven, non-blocking I/O model. In essence, Node.js is a particular JavaScript interpreter. It's built on Chrome's V8 JavaScript engine. This means that you can run JavaScript without a browser. Typically, when you're running JavaScript on a browser with a website, or just in a browser using their developer tools. Node.js is an interpreter for JavaScript, so you don't even have to use a browser. So another great thing about Node.js is that it is an asynchronous running model for JavaScript. What this means is instead of making requests to a server, waiting for that request to be filled, and then coming back and then making another request, waiting for that request to be filled, what it does is it's going to request and request and request, and it can run every single command right in a row without waiting for the previous one to be finished. That's what asynchronous means, and that is what they mean right here by non-blocking I/O model. Input-output is what I/O means. So what other servers do is, to get around the waiting, is they have multiple threads. So they send a request, and then if they don't want to wait for that request to finish, they start up a new thread and they send a request on that thread. Well, once you get enough threads started, you can run a lot of different things on a lot of different threads, but it gets tricky to use. Node.js runs on one single thread, and it's asynchronous, which means it doesn't have to wait for the request to finish before it can run another request, which is great. One thread, multiple requests on the same thread, all asynchronous, super fast, super convenient. So we're going to get more into how Node.js accomplishes that later on. So this last part right here, the package system for Node.js, NPM. What that is Node Package Manager, and they say here's the largest ecosystem of open source libraries in the world. Well, what does that mean? Well, with Node.js is great and fine and good and it's awesome, but with packages from NPM like Express, which we're going to be using, you can make your Node.js server much more powerful, much more user-friendly. It gives you a lot of pre-built functionality that you don't have to build yourself, which is great and lets you get your server spun up quickly, easy, and it's going to be very powerful. Alright, so in this lesson, we talked about what we're going to be doing in the rest of this series as we learned Node.js, and we talked about what Node.js is and how it works. In the next lesson, we're going to be downloading and installing Node.js onto our local machine so we can start working in the Node environment. See you there.